All right, Feisties, welcome back. I'm Kelly O'Mara, your host, well, one of your hosts, here with Joanne Murphy and Katie Zafaris. And this week, we're going to have an athlete join us, but athletes, they're busy right now, guys. They have races. They have, I don't know what else they have. Training, races.
to do.
Yeah.
They're in the thick of it,
We
as they
are.
call it for the season.
So it's just us this week. We're going to do a fun episode, round robin, all of our favorites, our loves, hates, love it or leave it, pick it, choose it. But first I want to say so the Feisty team, we sent some people to Unbound this past weekend, the big gravel, the Kona of gravel. It's in Kansas, and not in Hawaii. And so I was watching it a lot, and I don't know if you guys were in this as much, but one, it looked miserable. There was lots and lots of mud. They were covered in mud. I was messaging our team there, and I was like, how do they see if their glasses are covered in mud?
How do they breathe if they're trying to breathe and and the muck is just coming in the back of their throats? It's just, how do they drink out of their bottles?
Apparently, I'm trying to think of the nice way to say this, but apparently when there's a lot of big puddles like that, and you're by a lot of cows and a lot of other things, and
Ew. Better not to think of that, I think.
Yeah. But I guess there were also, the other thing though, is our team there was like, Kelly, this is triathlete central. There's so many triathletes here. Because so Josh Amberger was racing, and so Ashley Gentle was there with him. Eric Lagerstrom was there supporting Heather Jackson. And then there was just a ton of age group triathletes. I saw a ton of my feed and friends. So it's the new triathlon, guys.
I thought that was High Rocks.
Well.
No, it's part of the discipline, right? Like
biking?
Yeah.
It did look class. It looked like it was a proper mucky, messy, dirty race, but it looked like it was so much fun.
Would you do it?
Probably.
Remind me how long it is?
Well, you can pick the 50, 100, 200's like the big pro race, or you can do the XL, just 350 miles. And for comparison, or for the 200 pro race, the 200-mile pro race, they take 10, 11 hours, the front people. So regular people are taking 18 hours. And as the day goes on, it takes longer because the mud gets got thicker.
And did I see where they had to carry their bike as well for quite a bit as well? Even the pros had to carry their bikes.
Because I think the mud and there was a tunnel that had flooded and they had to go through it and it was too deep and, oh man.
Imagine how much fun it would be.
How much of the course is mud? All of it.
Depends on how much rain there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I definitely think I'd be up for one of them. Yet. Yeah, no, I definitely think I'd be up for one of them. Not the biggest one or the longest one, but if you're going to travel from Ireland for a race, you want to be going more than 50 miles.
Okay, so you do like the 100 or the 200. Be out there for a good
100 would be doable,
hours.
I think.
Yeah, since I'm coming from North Carolina, 50 is fine.
Yeah. Next year, Katie.
Yeah. I was just talking to Non Stanford yesterday, and we decided we need to do a race together. So
there you go.
We're looking for one as of yesterday.
I was going to ask, what are your upcoming triathlon plans? Have you put a race on your calendar yet?
No. But I know which one I'll put when I put it, because there's this really lovely grassroots brick endurance tri-series, and it's Wednesday nights here. That'll be my first one. But the one that Non was pitching to us was a gravel triathlon. And I said, where are those? So
there's one in Michigan.
Is that like Jan Frodeno's Escrade? He has one in Girona.
That's the one she said.
Yeah. I'm in.
Okay.
I'll do two.
A crew. We've got a crew now.
Yeah. Okay. Now you've got a crew. Yeah. We're in.
They were supposed to expand the Escrail, and they were supposed to have one in California down south by Mammoth. And I don't know whatever happened. I signed up to receive update. I was all sure. Tell me more. And I think it just fizzled out.
Well, maybe it's still coming.
Maybe.
Gotta look at the website.
Go. We could do that one. There you go.
Yes. Do them all. That'll be our thing.
Girona. Come over to Europe, Katie.
Oh my God, I love that area. Well, Europe, just in general.
I love Europe.
Europe. We've spent a lot of time in Girona and Banyoles, and it is a special place.
Yeah.
All right, so we may be doing gravel. We are considering gravel triathlon. Joanne is actually doing a sprint triathlon on the road, not on the gravel.
Yeah. Well, I've signed up and I'm participating. I'm not racing it because, as always, I just take a notion and I do these things at the last minute. And I'd say, sure, I can run and I can bike. I just, I'm going to be scared of the water and the swim, but I'll be fine. I've been cramming. My nose is blocked from all the chlorine in my nose over the past 5 days. Katie, you'd be so proud of me. I think I've swam 6 times over the last 7 days. Or maybe 5 times over the last 6 days. I just get in and I swim and then I get out and I'm like, okay, that's done.
Do you have a session? Do you do a session?
I kind of went in the first night and I swam 1,000 meters with the pull buoy just to see could my arms hold up. Yeah, it's fine.
Favorite.
And then the next day I think I did 750 meters straight with no pull buoy and no toys. I actually did 1,000 meters straight, I think. And then I've kind of just went in and done different sessions, like a proper warm up. And today was probably the best technique session.
Oh, yeah?
But I've got a fancy new watch, so I'm very excited with all the statistics in my new watch. I can't wait to go training. I can't wait to go to bed. I can't wait to wake up.
I like how you work backwards, though. You're like, first I'm going to check and make sure I can do the distance with toys.
Yeah.
Then without toys. And now we'll do sessions.
Yeah. So I knew I could do the distance. And it's a 700, well, it's more like an 800 meter river swim. So we swim upstream for about 100 meters, across the river for about 50. And then you just float the rest of the way. So I did a brick session last Thursday on my bike. So I know I can do 20K and run 15 minutes of it. But hey, listen, I'm doing it for some fun. I don't normally get to race these things, and it's my local club race, and I should really be announcing it, but I told them I wanted the weekend off, so now I have no excuse. I have to race it.
Yeah.
I did it last year. I loved it.
You could race it and announce it.
Too slow.
Oh, that would be fun to have.
Yeah, could you?
I will tell you.
Kind of like last year when I raced it, other than not being able to talk in the water, I talked the whole way through. Every person I passed on the bike was like, come on, how are you getting on? Come on, let's go, keep going. And then on the run course, I was just high-fiving everybody and living my best life and loving it. So yeah, I'm excited. But I did get into the sea. This is the most important part. Wasn't checking. Could I swim the distance? Because I knew I could swim the distance. It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be slow, but I know I can do it. But getting into the sea and getting into the wetsuit and making sure that I was comfortable in the water, the open water and the cold water. So it's 14.5 degrees Celsius here at the moment in the water, which isn't very warm. And I could tell you the face freeze was horrendous. But I braved it out and I swam about 250 meters and I got out. That was after a 1,500 meter pool swim.
Do you feel that way for all open water or just when it's like cold and sea?
Just the cold, I think. I don't actually mind the sea. I did a lot of cold water swimming during COVID, but then I had a little panic attack in the water one day in the winter time, and it's kind of just gives me the heebie-jeebies now. So I'm a cautious open water swimmer now.
The cold is rough.
Yeah.
Like when it's really cold.
As I would have been before. Pardon?
I said when it's really cold and things like start and you're like it seizes up, that's when it's not.
Yeah, and it's just the face freeze, but it won't be as cold in the river. And give it another week, it'll have warmed up another bit. But yeah, you like whatever about being on the bike and on the run, the sea and the water is the master. So you just have to be careful when you're in the water. You just can't risk it. And I got a really big fright when I was in the water back in 2021 or 2022. And it's just made my brain a little bit more nervous in the open water than it needs to be. Like I'm a fine swimmer, no issues. I'm slow, but I can do the distance. But it's just the cold and it's the thought of it, but it'll be fine. And there's loads of water support.
Well, and you've done it. You're doing the preparation in the sense of exposing yourself, checking the boxes.
Right. Yeah. She's done her 10 days of preparation, Katie. Exactly. She's ready to go. Yeah.
And I'm going to Switzerland tomorrow and I'm bringing my swimming togs to swim in the lake in Switzerland, which will be even colder without a wetsuit. So I am, I am priming, ready for it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Ready for anything? I will tell you our Feisty cycling squad, Catherine, who was at Unbound, she did the 50 mile and then was covering the 200 as the pros finish. And she said she finished and she was just covered in mud and she had to have someone power spray her down so that she could go back out and cover it. So I'm picturing you doing this with your sprint. triathlon.
Like they do hand me the microphone at the end, but like, no. I'm on a day off. My days off are numbered. I need to take the day off.
All right, here's my upcoming thing before we get into the news of the week. The Dipsea, which I've mentioned a few times, is next week. Massive trail race. The big thing about the Dipsea is it's a head start. So you get a head start based on gender and age. And it's any route counts. Like you can take shortcuts, you can do whatever. So I get 7 minutes on my husband. What's going to happen? Yeah.
Oh, wow. And do you know all the shortcuts?
Yeah, they've really eliminated a lot of the shortcuts it's a century-old race, and you're not really allowed to cut through people's houses anymore. They frown on that. So there's not that many shortcuts anymore, just so
your goal is to
hop on
with your neighbors.
Yeah. You get banned for life if you try cutting through people's houses.
Oh, no.
I know.
Never mind.
What's the distance of it?
It depends on which way you go, Joanne, but it's about 7.5 miles. It goes straight up and over this like mountain. You end at the ocean. That's kind of the whole idea. And so you can go any route you want, head start. I think just time-wise, I think he's going to beat me, but I'm really hoping that it comes down to the sprint at the finish.
How competitive are the two of you? What is this?
We're like pretty... We're like pretty both competitive and pretty comparable. Normally that would be, but at my peak fitness, I probably could have taken him in this head start, but now he's probably fitter than me. So you're like,
So will there be any underhanded tactics? Will you be putting like something funny in his porridge on race day
probably,
to make his tongue a little bit sore?
Well, I got these new shoes and then I was testing them and I was like, I don't think I can wear these. They're too unstable. And my husband was like, see, if I had wanted to win, I would have told you to definitely use those shoes.
Or, will you be at an aid station and just not share your bottle of water with them?
Exactly. See? Oh, drama.
We're all about the drama this week.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to talk all about the drama and the news and the races and the results. And then we're going to do a round robin, love it, leave it, favorite, hate it, thumbs it up, real quick.
Meet your new Race Day Advantage, Orca's Athlex Aero Tri-Suit. This isn't your everyday tri-suit. It's built for speed where it matters most. With aerodynamic fabric strategically placed across the shoulders, arms, and back, it's designed to be aerodynamic on the bike while still giving you full freedom of movement in the water. And when the race heats up, Orca's Vapor Cool technology kicks in, actively helping your body regulate temperature by accelerating sweat evaporation. You also get a lightweight, quick-drying Tri-Tech chamois for comfort on the bike without feeling bulky on the run, and 2 back pockets to stash your nutrition for those longer efforts. The fit is compressive, race-ready, and built for performance. Plus, it comes in a very feisty blue color, which we love. Whether you're chasing a PR or just want to feel fast, the Athlex Aero Tri-Suit is designed to help you perform at your best across swim, bike, and run. Check it out now at the link in our show notes and use the code FeistyTry15 for 15% off all Orca products. That's FeistyTry15 for 15% off and use the link in our show notes.
Let's face it, as much as most of us love being outdoors, sometimes the outdoors doesn't love us. Like when it's 10 degrees below or pouring rain, or sometimes you've got a workout on tap that's just hard to do outdoors. Well, great news. We have partnered with Wahoo to offer you a special deal on the Wahoo Kicker Run, a revolutionary rethink of the traditional treadmill that will convert even the most diehard treadmill haters. I know because I was one. The Kicker Run is engineered to bring outdoor running straight into your home. With a push of a button, you can set up this machine to match your pace automatically, so you can just run, and it automatically adjusts with you instead of the other way around. By far, my favorite feature. It also has terrain simulation, so the deck feels like I'm on hard-packed trails with just enough give but no bounce. There's even a lateral tilt feature which mimics real-world terrain, varying the side-to-side angle to keep your muscles ready for outdoor running. Finally, the Kicker Run has unmatched connectivity. It seamlessly connects to the Wahoo ecosystem and third-party apps, so you can simulate routes from Strava or Zwift. Whether you're a triathlete, a devoted runner, or someone who just loves to stay fit, the Kicker Run is there for you, and honestly, it's just a beautiful machine. We love it, we know you will too, so check this thing out. Click the link in the show notes and use the code FEISTY2026, all caps FEISTY2026, to get a free Headwind Smart Fan valued at $300 with the purchase of a Wahoo Kicker Run today. I will drop a link in the show notes to make it a snap.
All right, drama of the week. We have to start with the short course, Katie. We're just a short course podcast now, I feel like.
Short course podcast. Wow, I've made it.
So WTCS Alghero, Italy. We're not even going to try and say WTCS Italy was this past weekend. It came down to a runner's race again. Like you and Jess said, it's been doing so much. It was a pretty big pack leaving T2 of like all the best runners. So I feel like in that situation these days, Cassandra Beaugrand is going to win it. I mean, obviously not always, but she's a very fast runner. She won it. Beth Potter was right behind her. Lisa Tersch, Jen Lahair, Georgia Leone. Like it was all the big runners, big names. Anything I missed in that sum up, Katie?
You were a bit out of order, but yes.
Yeah.
So Cassandra won, Beth second, Lisa third, John fourth, fifth was Leone, then Georgia in the order. In the order of finishing. But I think like, I don't know, to your saying about it being like not a breakaway, there was actually two packs in it. And what was crazy about this race is like the second pack was 3 minutes back coming off the bike, like, which is significant. Crazy. And it was just like kind of a weird swim. Like Jess Foligar, who normally comes out in the lead pack, she was actually behind. So was Cassandra Beaugrand, like usually super strong swimmer, and she relied on Georgia to bring her back to the group. But I think when you like looking at Cass for the finish, I mean, obviously she just ran a super fast 5K, but also like
10K.
Beth is, yeah.
Well, they ran 33 minutes, so I don't think they ran a 5K. Just going to say.
No. 5K on the track. On the track. She just broke the national record. I was like,
wait. The national... I thought you were suggesting that her 33 minutes in 5K. WTCS was a 5K. And I was like, I don't think that's right.
No, two different things. Two different races. But anyways, just say that like, I mean, when it comes down to this type of race, there are quite strong runners to still, I don't know. I just wouldn't hand it to like Cass always. I think
sure,
like, Beth definitely contends for
but
that.
Yeah, to your point, she did just run a French national record 5K on the track, which is objectively very. I mean, Beth obviously ran a whatever record 5K on the road a couple years ago. I don't remember if it was a national record or world record. So it's like obviously these people are legitimate runners in their own. Not just for triathletes.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Top of their countries.
Taylor Knibb was also back. And I will say, after we talked to her 3 or 4 weeks ago when she was weighing all of her different race options, and then she had pulled out of WTCS Yokohama and out of the Spain T100 race, I think we were all wondering what was going on. Seems like she pulled out of those because she got into this race. And this one actually counts for points for the Olympics. That's my guess.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but
I don't know, but it does count for points for.
But it does
Olympic.
Count for points,
and
I thought it was, and she'll be happy because like when she was on the podcast, she was talking about the swim. She had a great swim, so
there you go. Perfect.
So, yeah, she was good. She was good in that sense, and also with Knibb, Sophie Evans also came back to her first WTCS after having baby, and from what I could hear, she was super. Right?
I thought she did do one last year. You're like thinking about this now, but it was definitely her first this year for sure. Katie's thinking now.
She did Lanzarote, which was a World Cup. So yeah, so not WTCS.
Sure, but she had a good race too.
Yeah, like I think it was strong for like having her first one. She was 13th, so I think that's pretty good. I was not 13th in my first one back after baby, so my feedback is that was great. No, I think I read like her Instagram post and she seemed pretty content.
Cool. Before we get into the drama of the race, is there anything else? I feel like Katie's always like, oh, and then you missed this person in 17th place who had an amazing bike ride. Is there anything else we missed in the actual racing?
No, the women's didn't have very much drama in the actual performances. The men's had all the drama in the race, in the actual like racing aspect, and then the women's was all like emotional and
drama after.
Well, during but after, yeah.
Yeah. So I think what Katie's saying and what we'll talk about really briefly, is there was a bunch of drama kind of after the race. Both first and second place didn't congratulate third place at the finish line and then kind of on the podium. And then there was just like a lot of questions about what's going on. Why aren't people shaking hands? And it kind of came out online that, somebody didn't share water with somebody else in the run and then pushed somebody else as they were getting out of the swim. And so I guess my question, Katie, because obviously this happens and it builds over many races. Let's take a different example that isn't current. Historically, the Brownlees had a lot of arguments with people and then it would play out after the race. How common is this, is I guess what I'm saying.
I think people build MOs for themselves, like as they're racing. And there's certain characteristics of different athletes, and that means that riffs can be created based off like how you are in a group. And I think on this one, I think it's been building. It wasn't just like this race. Like if people are looking at things that are happening, it's not just this race. That being said, like we even use this for an example for our athletes in terms of like when you're on the race course, like, yes, you're competitors and like doing like going hard, like the hardest you can, but like you also want to be still like a kind like person on it. I think both sides of this party like could have done better. Like there's two sides of that. So, and as frustrated as you get with people, like that's like no one's going to race in the ways that you can't control anyone but yourself. And that can be really frustrating.
So you're saying, like you can't make somebody take a pull or make somebody share their water with you or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And so like, and it can be like more smaller things than that too. But I think when things start like happening over and over again, like that gets kind of frustrating. And so like you're really, especially when you're at the end of like a hot race, and people aren't always making like, or aren't the most calm, but there's just a lot going on into play. And I think, that just kind of like was really exposed in this race. And the other piece of that is like it's all on film. Like you're catching like this all on camera, and there's probably a lot of things that happen that you don't see, but like this one definitely was a part. And I know like like everybody can go to like, the comments section and see.
Stop moving your mic around.
Sorry. I think you can go to the comment section and kind of see like how everybody's feeling about it. Like it's actually really like out in the open.
It is.
So, but I think like in terms of just not maybe digging too far into this particular instance, it's like, athletes. Well, and athletes just build your like how you're known on the course. You build that over time, and
reputation is the word you're looking for, I believe.
Yeah, thank you. I was thinking repetition, and I'm like, that's not repetition. Yeah,
but Katie, is there a responsibility on the athletes at that level with the world watching to have more? The word sportsman-like behavior you get disqualified in an Ironman for unsportsmanlike behavior. So the bit on the finish line where they crossed the line and they didn't shake hands, I didn't think that was as much of a big deal as on the podium when position 1 and 2 just like walked off the podium. So Cassandra and Beth, there was you could clearly see that there had been an issue or there is an issue. But do you not think at the highest level of racing that they're at, that there should have at least just been like a handshake, congratulations, and go? And then you put behind your differences at that moment in the cameras? Or should it just be like, actually, no, you wrecked my head. I didn't like how you raced, and I'm not shaking your hand.
Me personally, I think for sure, like you're representing the sport. And it always comes down to, no matter how frustrated you are with someone, like it doesn't take much to do a handshake or just be like, you be the bigger person, I suppose, in like different times. And like you can see it in the men's race, it was the complete opposite. And which obviously it's a different scenario, but to me it's a lot more fun and cool to see people lift each other up than like beat them down. And that's probably not going to get as much attention just based off how the world we live in right now. Like, I feel like always it's getting more attention of what, like when people get snubbed. But I for sure think that you should, like, even if you disagree with someone or how the race played out or anything, and I don't think any of them really look good in this instance.
Sure.
Like,
counterpoint, you're allowed to not shake someone's hand. Like, whatever. I mean, I know obviously people read what they want into it, and it's very standard in all sports to just, soccer, basketball, shake hands. But I was thinking to myself, the NBA playoffs are right now, right? Finals. And I was like, if they fight all the time, they have these huge fights, and they're not up in the Instagram comments responding to things. Like, can you imagine Steph Curry being like on Instagram responding to somebody else? It's a little bit like our sport's too small, and
maybe a little bit. I also, like, when I answered, it's definitely what I personally feel, and how, like, I just think no matter how upset I'd be, I'd probably try to put it off the camera.
Sure.
But that's also, like, that's just who I like.
That's also very with it of you, Katie, and very, like, on top of things and thinking it through. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, she's also protecting her reputation, because we wouldn't be talking about Katie Zafiris in a negative position like this or in a controversial way.
But I see what you're saying about, like, if you really feel like somebody's done wrong or isn't doing the right thing, not feeling like you need to pretend.
It's right. Sports are sports. I was laughing though about your whole whatever it's been building. Obviously, there are so many things that people say off the camera about other athletes and other people, and this happened at this race and this happened at that. Everyone has a reputation among the athletes. Every athlete has a reputation. It just doesn't always get super public like this. So.
Yeah. And I always talk about with athletes, like, you actually in draft legal racing, you want to build alliances with other athletes. Like, you're depending on, unless you're a certain type of athlete who doesn't need anyone else, like, you're really depending on people, which is kind of like also why this is, like, maybe frustrating for based off, like, what happened is because they're not like working together. Yeah, but I think that's how I always took it. It was like, I'd rather have more people on my side, like, not necessarily like looking out for me, but like understanding, like, oh, I'm gonna, like, be a part of this. I'm gonna engage. Like, we're gonna work together. We're gonna get this pack, like, further off the front. Like, I wouldn't have had the career that I had if it wasn't for alliances with athletes from other countries and been able to, like, achieve as much as I was able to achieve. And that was with direct competitors, but we kind of saw the greater good of working together and getting, like, putting ourselves in a situation that would then benefit all of us.
Right. I will say though, Katie, I think it's made a lot of people realize that short course has a lot of drama. It is exciting. So,
like, it did give us a lot of attention. Not my favorite attention, but it did give us a lot of attention.
The races have been very exciting though so far. I mean, sprint photo finishes, drama, crossing the line. I mean, we talked last week about T100 being dramatic, but I think the WTCS racing has been quite dramatic.
Well, and, like, for the men's race, like, the top men all, like, most of them DNF'd. Like, when you look at, like, Henry Graf, Matt Hauser, David Contero, like,
there were a lot of crashes in the men's race.
There is
kind of,
yeah. So it was probably one of the most exciting races in all the ways from between the men and the women.
Perfect. And I was trying to think other racing this past weekend that wasn't as exciting. No, I'm kidding. It was medium exciting. We had medium exciting. We had the big 70.3 in Germany, which Danny Klauser won. Kleiser, which is a big deal for a German athlete to win in Germany. She ran down a huge deficit. Like, it was 5 or 6. It was a huge deficit in a 1:16 half marathon.
She's unreal. Her swim was off the back 31.
Yeah, if she just gets that swim down.
Yeah, so I remember her racing in Swansea last year at the Ironman 70.3, the Pro Series, and again she ran down to get I don't know, did she get second on the podium behind Rebecca Anderbury or one of them, but she spoke about her swim being her weakest thing, but she was 2 or 3 minutes off the back on the swim. But she's a phenomenal runner. And speaking of German winners, I think Laura Philipp had won that race for multiple times beforehand. And I think I'd mentioned that last week. So good to have another German athlete win the German race.
I thought Laura, first when I heard Danny had won, I was like, wow, she outran Laura. But apparently Laura didn't end up racing because she has Ironman Hamburg coming up this weekend, which is the big European championship. Has Laura Philipp, has Solveig Lofseth, has
Barkley.
No, Lucy's pulled out.
She pulled out now. Yeah. She has. Yeah. Well, I suppose understandable. She has her Kona slot from Lanzarote. She doesn't really have anything to prove. But Holly Lawrence is also racing, and Lisa Percherer.
Lisa Percherer, Marjolaine Pierre.
And they don't have Kona slots, Kelly.
I know. There are 6, though, you said. There are 6 Kona slots.
Yeah. So
there's also 5 or 6 athletes that already have it in the field. So
well, easy. No, I'm just kidding.
Easy peasy. Yeah.
I'm joking.
I'm waiting for Katie to do her very first time.
Right. Yeah, it speaks the one who's never done any longer course racing, really.
I think the big question, I was going to say speaking of drama, but it's not exactly the same. But historically, Laura and Kat have really pushed each other. They've really definitely had a little bit chip of the shoulder, push each other. And last year at Ironman Hamburg, they pushed each other to very, very, very fast times. And Laura went 8:03. So the question sort of is, do Laura and Solveig have that same, are they going to push each other as much with Holly and Lisa and Marjolaine and all the other people, right there behind them, with them, depending on where in the race? Yeah. Are we going to get super fast times again? I don't know. Guess we'll see.
Get right.
I feel like it. You're like, yeah.
I feel like you go onto the start line European camps to race it.
Yeah. Bring us back to Texas of this year. It was Kat Taylor and Solveig, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Kat Taylor, Solveig.
And Solveig won, obviously. She did.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. I was trying to remember there for a second. I had a bit of a brain fart. I was like,
Kelly's like, I'm telling you, I'm not asking you.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said, Kelly's telling you, not asking you.
Yeah, I figured. I should remember this, but I'm like, hang on a second.
Hang on, wait. Yeah. So that'll be an exciting race. It is a Pro Series race, so it is broadcast, and it starts at 11:45 on the East Coast the night before Saturday. So you'll have a nice early morning run to watch. They'll be finishing as you get up Sunday morning. Perfect. There you go.
Fabulous. You'll be able to get on the Turbo Trainer nice and early and watch the live coverage on the Turbo Trainer.
The other race this weekend, before we take a break and do our speed round dating, the other race this weekend is Alcatraz or T100 San Francisco, which obviously is the boys. I know we don't care about the boys, but Hayden Wild. I'm really excited to see Morgan Pearson back on a start line. It's been, I forget, he posted 200 and some crazy number of days since his last race. It's been a long time. So
did I see Rico Bogan is on that start list as well?
Rico Bogan and Hayden are obviously the kind of favorites, but yeah, excited to see Morgan. Leo Berger is also a wild card, so that'll be interesting. I will say for people who obviously Escape from Alcatraz is a really, really big race, really popular, been around, 43 years, one of the oldest races, right? So it's very famous. It is undergoing this whole lawsuit right now because somebody was paralyzed last year when someone else jumped on them. And I went deep down this hole yesterday and read all the legal filings. And so it is, so that athlete who was jumped on is suing the organizers, is suing the PTO, kind of everyone who's liable, saying that they, negligent, saying they cut corners and they kind of didn't control that jump enough and were pushing people too fast and just, didn't take appropriate safety precautions. I will be curious. I'm sure he's going to win some amount of money because it is insane what happened to him. And they certainly were cutting some corners. But from a legal standpoint, I'm curious what happens because there's some arguments in the filings that kind of are basically arguing that it is fundamentally unsafe, which is, do you see where I'm going? Like, if they end up deciding that is true, this could be problematic, right? Yeah,
so triathlon is fundamentally unsafe, or
Alcatraz,
the jump off the boat,
right? The way Alcatraz is constructed with the jump off the boat and the
and which
swim.
I just saw that they were changing the way they're entering into the water this year. Do you know what that? I didn't see like exactly.
They're taking more time, essentially. They've just kind of changed the messaging and how they will be holding. Like it won't be the go, 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 hopefully, that it was last year. It'll be a little more in like groups of 5 and 5 and 5. I don't know if it's 5. I made that up. But they're trying to do it more as a set, this group and then, yeah. The challenge has always been that they have to get everyone off the boat in a set time because of tides and and the permit, and they need everyone across by a certain time. So that's why it's always been a little bit of a tension, between getting everyone and so we'll see how it goes. It is a really fun race, so hopefully they've made some adjustments and safety precautions. Sorry, I was about to cough too, Joanne, and then you were sneezing earlier, and it's terrible. All right, we are going to take a quick break, but when we come back, wait, was there anything else coming up this weekend? Did I miss anything? You guys, was there any other news, any drama, any wild rumors you want to start? No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not allowed to manifest in this podcast.
All right, then we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to do a round robin, hate it, love it. Feisties, you probably hear a lot about supplements and nutrition and what you should be adding. But what about the basics, the non-glamorous things, like fiber? Fiber is actually one of the most important and most often overlooked parts of your health. Most people don't get enough fiber consistently, and it affects more than just your gut. There is a whole gut, performance, brain, mood connection. So if your gut is functioning better, then you'll function better. Nothing fancy about it. And that's why Momentous has launched Fiber Plus, combining 3 different types of fiber, soluble and insoluble fiber with prebiotic-resistant starch, which allows you to absorb nutrients better and stabilize blood sugar. And personally, one of the things I appreciate about Momentous and why Feisty has partnered with them is that in an era of so many supplements that you can't trust, you can trust Momentous. All of their products are NSF certified for sport, meaning they're third-party tested, and Momentous isn't trying to sell you something you don't need. Just helping you to do what you already do, but better. Try Momentous Fiber Plus and get 35% off your first order with the code FEISTYTRY at livemomentous.com. That's Feisty, Feisty, try, TRI, at livemomentous.com.
Have your next grand adventure at the Grand Traverse. It's a day of trail running or hiking, you pick your pace, with like-minded women powered by group coaching that allows you to bond and move all summer long. This Feisty Media, Another Mother Runner merger event is happening Saturday, October 3rd in Duluth, Minnesota, and you need to be part of it. The Grand Traverse is ideal if you're looking for a goal that lights you up, a structured 16 or 20-week training program to keep you moving and motivated all summer, and a community that truly feels like your people. You opt for the distance you want to cover, from 10 to 27 miles, and the method you want to cover it, hiking or trail running. During the event weekend, you get to hang with the women you've virtually trained with, plus Another Mother Runner co-founder Dimity McDowell and Celine Yeager of the Hit Play Not Pause podcast. Dimity's hiking 10 miles and Celine plans to run 21. The scenery is stunning. The October 3rd event is at the height of leaf peeping season, and Lake Superior definitely lives up to its name. And the camaraderie and conversation from the group members will keep you going strong too. The Grand Traverse is truly grand. Head to feisty.co/events and look for the Grand Traverse to secure your spot today. That's feisty.co/events and use the code FEISTY20 to get $20 off when you register. The link will, of course, be in the show notes.
All right, here's the round robin idea. There was this article in Triathlete where they did a love it or leave it, and they just went down a list of gear items, and every person had to basically make their really fast speed round dating, Katie, love it or leave it. All right. So I thought we're not going to do the exact same thing, but I thought we would do.
She's calling me out for being wordy.
You can't hesitate. All right. I want your gut reaction.
I thought I was the one that got into trouble for talking too much.
Yeah, you do it so eloquently, though. I just kind of ramble.
What we're going to do is we're going to do a list of like popular or common triathlon things. And I want you to just say yes or no, like what's your pick? And each one will go Katie, Joanne, me, and then we'll go to the next one. All right?
No, I need you to set an example.
Fine. Do you want me to go first and then you can go and then Joanne?
So then I can see how long you go.
All right. Ready?
Go.
Guys, ready? We're just going to do these super. All right. Mass starts or time trial starts? I say mass start.
Ooh, time trial.
Mass starts.
Ooh. All right. Lake or ocean for a race?
Ocean.
Lake. Oh, God, no. That sounds terrible. All right. Draft legal races or non-drafting?
I've never done a draft legal race in my life, so I'm going to say draft legal for the fun of it.
I will say no to draft legal because I think this is dangerous. No. All right. On the gear question, I know Joanne just bought an exciting new watch. She's very excited. She's like showing everyone on the podcast. All right. Gear. When it comes to swim training, are you a snorkel and fins or no?
No.
You have to do both?
Well, no, but I mean, you don't have to do both. I say no. I can't handle all the swim gear. Oh, it's terrible.
I hate swimming with fins.
I don't love the fins, but I like the snorkel.
Really?
Which is a new thing for me. But
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, ready now with your new watch, Joanne.
Go.
Watch in the pool or no?
Yes.
No.
How do you count your laps?
In your head like a normal person.
I'm too busy.
Okay, I need longer than a sentence for this one.
Okay, Katie's going to...
I'm too busy coordinating and thinking about all the jobs I have to do when I get out of the pool to be concentrating on how many laps I'm doing. Plus, I'm going to think about my stroke and my pull and my kick and my hips and my head. And
she's ready for the whole feedback mechanism of the watch.
All right, Katie, watch or no?
Okay, but I'm doing a longer one for this. I don't care. I will say, as a professional, no. As my new life, as an age group athlete, yes.
But can I just jump in there and ask, when you were a professional athlete, did you have the coach on the sideline telling you what to do? So you didn't need to count the laps. And how did you put it up on Strava? Or you didn't?
Look, Joanne, you don't put it on Strava. Joanne, the answer to counting laps, here's the secret. You never did extra laps. If you can't remember what lap you're on, you always have the one more to go.
Well, like if you're like, I can't. Your watch is worse at counting than you are.
Yeah.
So then you don't get the training done. I'm the person who runs around outside my house to get the final 0.05 of a meter in, so I finish on 5K.
No, I'm a good example for this because I'm going from one to the other. So to answer Joanne's question, you use the clock at the pool and you do an interval and you know your session and you count your laps.
Yes.
As you should.
Look, if
the reason I now wear a watch is because I want it to count the same way you do. Not count my laps, just literally show that I exercised in the pool.
Katie, on a point of order, if I was any good at maths, I'd have a proper job. I can't count. So, I can talk, I can't count.
You can count.
All right.
I'm 100% sure. Anyways.
Okay, speed round. Ready?
Onward we go.
For training, time trial bike or road bike? For road fun, bike. Which one do you pick? Road bike.
Road bike.
I prefer a road bike, I think.
All right. Do you put when you don't know where you're going, maps on your bike computer, or do you just remember it?
No, maps. That's not an adventure then.
It is. It's a new adventure. And the ride goes by so fast because you're just going turn to turn to turn.
No.
Strava.
I want an adventure. I want to get lost.
You want to get lost. I feel like that's going to happen. You don't need to try, Joanne. I'm sensing. Strava or no Strava?
In
100%.
Which way? I need more.
You need more details?
Yeah, I need more.
Do you put everything on Strava, Katie, or no?
Oh. No. Well, kind of, but no.
That's the real non-committal answer, Katie Severus.
Not everything. Some things, every now and again, yes. But
so you put your swim, bike, and run up.
But I don't title anything, so I feel like it's a no. And no details.
No.
Tommy Zephyrus, you can see the immense amount of detail in any of his sessions, which is like, I don't know, different than what I do.
It is different, yeah. That's different.
But how do you get your Queen of the Mountains or your local legend if you're not?
Oh, I made mine privates, which actually is annoying when you get a QOM and you don't get credit for it. Yeah. And I'll go back and I'll just compare. I actually do more work because I go back, look at my time on the segment that isn't showing up and see what it is. Like there's a particular triangle, it's called, in Font Romeu that like everybody does the sessions on, like anyone who's ever trained there. Maybe that's broad, but anyways, I don't know if I still have it, but secretly I did have it at one time, but it didn't count because I'm private.
I feel like you love Strava. I feel like you need to just embrace it, Katie. It's a whole.
I feel like it might open up a can of worms actually for her. Clearly, there's like a lot of going on there, you know.
Right. Like, yeah, it's like really like I should just say yes and just I actually think I'm not private anymore, so I don't know when that changed. But anyways.
Okay. Well then I guess next question. Sleep tracking or data free for sleep?
Oh my God, no. Don't sleep track.
But you have a watch. Do you take it off at night?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can't sleep with the watch. I'd take it off sleeping anyways.
I have to say I do kind of like to have the sleep tracker.
But do you sleep well?
I feel like I do actually. Mostly. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think it's good for those who sleep well. Bad for those.
It doesn't annoy me. Now, I only worn this once, my new watch, as I showed off again. I've only worn this one night, but I liked the stats it gave me this morning. But I had like 5 weeks where I wore no watch and I was like demotivated. I was like,
really?
I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. I want to see how much I sleep.
I go in phases and I get super into the stats, and then one day I just kind of like forget to do it, and then I forget for 5 months and I don't care, and then I'll get super. So
yeah,
I think my answer comes from a baby and who doesn't sleep, so I don't want to see how little I sleep every single night.
You don't need to know. Yeah. All right, back to triathlon. Okay. Socks or no socks for races?
No socks.
No socks.
Depends on the distance. No socks for sprint Olympic.
Fair. You need socks for an Ironman. Flying mount or no flying mount?
Flying mount.
I know, we had your head around like, no. Okay, but Joanne, can you do a flying dismount? Because I can't do a flying mount, but I can do a dismount.
No.
We'll do a clinic. Joanne, we can do a clinic.
Yeah.
Kimball can teach you.
With non-Stanford as well when we go to do the Escrail in Girona. Perfect.
Yeah, that'll be our day before.
Okay, perfect.
Our day before.
Crash my bike the day before.
All right, to finish up, we're going to do some favorites. What is your favorite piece of gear? And Joanne, I feel like you're going to say your watch.
No, it's my bike.
Your bike.
Yeah. Bet you weren't expecting that one.
No. I would say, I guess, my bike too, which here's my story about my bike. Somebody gave it to me to test back during the pandemic, and then that PR person got fired, and I kept it.
They didn't realize when the bike is gone, or they just left and you didn't tell them you still had the bike?
I didn't tell them I still have it, and I still have it. So,
just waiting for someone to ask for it back. I guess running shoes.
Which ones? What are your...
Oh, gosh. No idea. No idea.
No idea what running shoes you have.
Tommy got them for me for Christmas, birthday, Mother's Day. I have no idea.
Perfect. We're really nailing the gear. Pumas. Okay.
Attention to detail here.
Pumas.
What is your favorite race? You can pick a triathlon or another kind. You can pick.
As in like a race distance or an actual race that we've done?
An actual race. Like Alcatraz is one of my favorite races. Oh, you're thinking. All right. Well, I was gonna say Alcatraz is my favorite triathlon, and the Dipsy here is like the most fun race. Period. It just is. If anyone ever gets a chance to do it, it's fantastic.
I'm having a really hard time, like separating performance with the race.
You don't just have an I love this race, because most people do. Katie,
I'll go Bermuda.
Okay.
WTCS.
Okay. Look at you.
That's very accessible and relatable.
Fine. Come back to me. Go, Joanne.
Katie is thinking I'm going to support local, and I'm going to say the Galway Triathlon Club, Tribesman Triathlon sprint race, because I can just like get out of bed that morning and turn up and just have fun.
Katie's still thinking.
Still thinking.
Now, if I had to go abroad, I would say Ironman 70.3 Mallorca is possibly one of my most favorite triathlon races abroad.
I'm trying to think of something more relatable. Kelly.
More relatable than a WTCS blue carpet
and I've got a lot
legal.
of WTCS races in my head and not very many normal races.
If you had to pick, when this goes out, we will be 30 days away from the qualifying window starting for 2027 70.3 Worlds. We still do not know where 2027 70.3 Worlds is going to be. So, one pick, where do you think it should be? Just, they're not going to listen to you, so it doesn't really matter what you say. But I think it should be out here. I think California would be a fantastic 70.3 location.
Trying to think of somewhere I haven't been before that I'd like it to be in.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking North America because obviously I think it's going to be in North America, but that's a whole separate. Where do you think it should be?
Terry, North Carolina then.
Perfect.
I think it should be in Galway, in Ireland.
Okay. We all just picked where we live. All right. To finish us off in a somewhat haphazard speed round, what is your favorite piece of advice that you like to that has stuck with you? There are sayings I always say. For example, one of them is people care about what you tell them to care about. That's like a overarching theme for me at work. And the thing I used to always tell people who worked for me at Triathlete was only call me if there's an emergency, and there's no such thing as a triathlon emergency. And I think it's important to remember there's no such thing as a triathlon emergency. But when it comes to, these are like things that I say a lot. And one of the pieces of advice that I always like to give people is triathlon is just exercising all at the same time. Like, don't stress about it. Right.
Yeah. I like those. I like
what is your favorite that you tell people a lot?
I would say just give it a try. Just start. Because if you don't give something a try, you'll never know where you'll end up, basically. You'll miss an opportunity. That's it. Just start. No matter what it is, whether it's triathlon or something in life, just do it.
Yeah. I think triathlon advice, there's always something you'll do well, and there's always something you're going to do not well, because there's so many pieces of it. And I've always thought that was very freeing, is that there's no perfect race. It's like,
perfect.
Except in Bermuda at WTCS.
Except in Bermuda, where that was a perfect race for me. But
there you go. All right, guys, that was our semi-quasi speed round. Love it, leave it, hate it. We will be back next week. We are going to line up some more guests this summer in between their races. This has been a fun episode, though. So if you liked it, share it and leave us a review, and we will be back next week.